Hello everyone, my name is Construct and we play Goat from at Yu-Gi-Oh! Welcome back to Fun Deck Frequence. It is time again to grab a spicy deck, take it to the Dueling Book Ladder and have some fun. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to cook. So let's get to the deck. Hello and welcome to a new video of Fun Deck Frequence. You know me by now. We have another zombie video. I watched a video from Jinzo&Tonics the other day. I will link the channel in the description. Mr. Big Noodle, the Spice Lord himself, shout outs here, had a deck like a zombie deck with Emissary of the Afterlife. If you don't know the card, it does like, it searches a level 3 or lower vanilla monster. Usually it's used for Exodia decks. And here he had like the theory with Zombie Dragon, like the vanilla monster from the anime, to like thin out the deck and get some card advantage. And there I was like, and he had like chaos stuff in it. So it was a chaos zombie Emissary of the Afterlife deck. And I was like, I've got a chaos zombie chaos list. Let's look at this and like update it. Then I was like updating the deck to this version. I was testing it, and trust me, there is some fun potential, and it's actually pretty good and pretty cool and just so fun to play. And I was like, okay, I need to do a video about this deck. So this is the deck now. When I first built it, by far it wasn't so good like this, but let me guide you through. We have like the Chaos Engine, which is 1 BLS and 1 Sorc. We don't have so many lights, so I think 1 Sorc and 1 BLS is absolutely fine. Of course, we have the 3 Thunder Dragons to thin the deck, have a light in the grave. You know the drill, everyone knows Chaos. We have staples, we have Breaker, Tribe, we have a Sangan and a Sinister Serpent. Because if you play Thunder Dragons, you mostly play also like discard traps like a Raigeki Break, and I really like Sinister Serpent here. We also have an Exiled Forest. I originally also played a Giant Rat, but that's why I put Exiled Forest in here. I was just thinking maybe we could put it out for something else, but I think it's still fine. I was just thinking maybe without the rat it's not so good anymore, but you're always happy to draw it. And I was thinking maybe put a third Raigeki Break in and put this out, but let's leave it in. I think it's cool. Even without the rat, it's fine. So we have an Exiled Force. Then the zombie package is like 3 Pyramid Turtle, 1 Vampire Lord. The more I play zombie, the better I think this card is. I know this mill out of the deck effect is mandatory and it's just bad, unfortunately, but this card is cool. This card does pressure if it's not like against a Blade Knight or anything, but we want this card here, pretty cool. And we have 1 Spirit Reaper, not more needed here I think, so this is the maybe little zombie package, but in my opinion enough. You could argue to play a Ryukaki, but I always, if you watched my first zombie video, you know I always need a Vampire Lord in my zombie decks. So that's why we play him. And 1 Spirit Reaper. I added 2 Gravekeeper Spies, like for game 1 to get it knocked, maybe get the other spies out of the deck. Same reason like in my current Earth aggro build, like we have Grandmark there, it's also good with the spy. And here we have a Zaborg to have another light and just a very good card in the chaos like decks. I also added a Dark Magician of Chaos because this card means fun, this card means combo, and with the discard traps and everything, I think this is just fine. We have some theories here, so more to this later. For the spells we have Pod and Grace, Snatch, Premature Burial to get guys back, definitely. MST, we have 1 creature swap, not 2, because we don't have so many recruiters, and I think 1 is just fine here. We don't even have 1 in the side. Maybe we will change this right now. Let's see. We can change everything here. I also run 2 Brain Controls and 1 Soul Exchange. these cards performed so good till now because we have like the tribute monsters in zombies in general, but we also have the Thunder Dragons, which are synergized very good with these cards. So I think these are just fine here. This is inspired by Mr. Big Noodle from the deck. So very cool here. You could think about side out the Soul Exchange for another brain control, but I think I like this ratio. This is also good against problematic aggro monsters. Yeah, you skip your battle phase, but who cares? And you can get set monsters, so very good. In this deck we only have 2 Book of Lives because we don't have so many zombies, just enough. Storm, Duo, and a card destruction. Also cool in zombies, very good here with the Thunder Dragons and everything. For the traps we have 1 Ring, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Call, and 2 Raigeki Breaks. In this deck, like, I prefer Raigeki Break mostly in general over Phoenix Winged Wind Blast, because I like the artwork and I just like the card more. I'm not so used to Phoenix Wind Blast, so this is the main deck. For the side we have 2 Koribos. Mostly when I play Chaos I have Koribo against aggro, OTK or like Reasoning Gate decks. We have Torrential on this side. We have a Lightning Vortex. I always have Lightning Vortex at least in the side when I play like discard decks like Chaos or something like that. We have 1 Ashura Priest, also pretty good with the creature swap. And I was thinking, good with the creature swap. We have a Book of Moon against control, and just I like the card in general. We have 1 Kaiku against Turbo or like graveyard decks, also good against Earth aggro. We have 1 Koki in the side for the aggro matchup, and I added a little control package. So this deck is kind of a compromise between my zombie control deck and the zombie chaos deck, and this engine is so fun. We can side it in, have like more of a control deck, and I was thinking right now we also have the Royal Decree because we can side it out with the whole control package. This is like mostly against aggro matchups, so we can side out like 2 Nox, the Soul Exchange, maybe even the card destruction if we need to. 1 Raigeki Break can go maybe, or even the Call. If we side out 1 Raigeki Break, we can get rid of the Sinister Serpent, and then like we have a more aggressive control-ish deck. That's why I think maybe we should add a second creature swap here. Even with the Tsukiyomi it gets better, but I think for now we just leave it like this. So this is the deck, folks. I actually had so good testing matches I really wanted to show you guys. So maybe in this video we have a little more replays, but these matches were super fun, so let's watch the replays and then have some real matches. Alrighty, replay number 1 against Colo Solo 8. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think I remember this name, and I think we played against this person maybe in Earth Aggro or so. Not sure right now. Maybe you realize, I don't think so, but maybe you do. Like yesterday I had my first live stream, and there the dueling book lagged a little bit, like it doesn't like ran so fluid, and I realized I have to do something about that. And now I have maybe you're like, man, why didn't you do that before? But now I have Google Chrome instead of Firefox, and everything runs so fluid on Dueling Book now. Like in the replay when we started, it like lagged already, and it took a while to start, and now it starts so fast, and I'm kind of like, okay, not used to it. So now everything should look fine now. I'm so happy that we changed this. But now let's hop right into the replay. We draw Thunder Dragon, which we discard, of course, immediately. I think we summon the Sangan here. Maybe we can tribute it off next turn for Zaborg. That would be cool. Yeah, we never set in this deck. We want to have Nog dead. Even if we have a Spirit Reaper, we just summon it. With the Nog is just like a +1 immediately, because if they can't use it, it's useless. So it's 1 useless card, and it's like no card, if you know what I mean. So here, this looks perfectly for a Cyborg play. We hit the set monster, which is a Dekoichi, very nice. We can search out Serpent, very good, so the card destruction becomes even better as it was already. We try to get in. It gets Regeki braked. Not big of a deal. And here, what we see here, DD Scout Plane. Looks like Spice. Awesome. So we end the turn. We actually forgot to discard for hand limit. Well, would be Serpent anyways, but... So Bazoo hits the field, banishes the DD Scout Plane, which comes back in the end phase. Nice. Alrighty. I think here, we could summon Breaker, pop the back row, get over the DD Scout Plane. I wouldn't use card destruction yet. We have the Regeki break for like the Bazoo next turn or whatever. Bazoo gets small again, so let's see. I think Breaker would be good here. Pop the back row. Alright. We could crash, but I don't think... No, it gets destroyed anyways. Never mind. Forgot about that. So, set the Regeki break, and now we could think about card destruction. Yeah. Because with the Serp and the Thunder Dragons... I know we don't have Serp anymore for the Regeki break, but I think it's fine. We don't mind to lose the Breaker. And here we have some fresh new draws. So hitting the pot, definitely. Now we can set like all we want because Storm is gone. Set the MST, set the call, and even the brain control. I think that's fine. DD Skull Plane gets destroyed. Looking good. Card destruction can be so powerful. Yeah, Bazoo is small again. I think I was thinking, what did I think in standby? Maybe get rid of Bazoo before they can activate the effect, but I thought like, whatever. I think here we have to use the Raigeki break. We could also risk it. And maybe they hit the call. We could summon Sangan, but I think that's fine. We don't really need Soul Exchange here, so I decided we can discard it. So they banish again. We can use Creature Swap next turn. Have an MST in the end phase. We don't care if Breaker dies. It has done its job, so... DD Skull Plane comes back. We hit the back row with the MST. It's a Mirror Force. Very nice. We get back to Serp. We have a call. Or maybe Zaborg or Reaper. Depending on what we prefer. Unfortunately, the Scout Plane kind of ruins our Creature Swap plans, but I think we just get over the Scout Plane with the rat. And then Creature Swap. Or we call back, I don't know, Zaborg, but I think Creature Swap is better here. Just love the deck. I think it's so cool. Dimension Fusion. So the Koichi and Breaker come back. We don't care so much. Opponents at 5400. They trade with the Bazoo. We have a call. We don't care. I think we get back Zaborg. That's the biggest one. Or we can think about Pyramid Turtle. But we have the red, so why should we, I think? Yeah, let's get the big one. No back row, please. Uh-huh. Okay. So I think here we summon the Warrior Lady, maybe for the Setmon. Well, we need the Dekoichi, because, like, we summon the Warrior Lady. With the Warrior Lady, we attack into the red, get Pyramid Turtle attacks into Dekoichi, get Vampire Lord. Zaborg attacks over the Koichi, DD Warrior Lady, and Vampire Lord attacks over the Setmon. Because we need the Koichi to crash the Pyramid Turtle. Yeah, I was thinking pretty long here, if I remember right. Okay, we decided to attack with the Zaborg, which is not right if you ask me, because, well, maybe we thought the set card could be a Sangan. But if I look at it now, I don't really want to banish my opponent's cards, but I think it's doesn't really matter. Yeah, we attack over the Koichi with the Vampire Lord. We say trap. And yeah, that was the plan. To maybe banish a Sangan or so to avoid the effect. But it's fine. Would have just been a little more damage, but we don't care. So no stuff banished from the opponent. So Dimension Fusion is dead. Tribe. I think we just go in. These both are lethal. No, these are not lethal. So we missed lethal here. I think it's fine. They can get back Storm. We do not care so much. We just have the two brain controls. They admitted defeat. Alright, GG. So we won game 1. I think we sided maybe Kuribo, Lightning Vortex, maybe even in the control package. Let's see. So 2 Thunder Dragons, unfortunately. They have Pod, Grace. Why having one if you can have both? Or all 3 of them. Nice. So they have a duo 2. They discarded Dark Magician of Chaos and Sangan. So they hit the Torrential, which is okay in this game state, I think. And we discarded one of the Thunder Dragons. So the duo didn't hurt so much. Good to have the Tribe already. So, of course, we discard Thunder Dragon for the other one, then use Graceful. We could think about crashing the Pyramid Turtle, but I think Graceful is better here. Another Turtle. I think Thunder Dragon goes for sure. We could have think about keeping the Thunder Dragon and use Brain Control to tribute over the Bazoo. But I think here we can rather summon Pyramid Turtle, don't attack, summon Pyramid Turtle and attack, or just summon Sangan. I wouldn't tribe here. I want to search for Serpent first. We decided to summon Pyramid Turtle. So I think we sided in the Kaki. They decided to Raigeki break it, that's fine. We set the brain control as a bait. They discarded swords, so happy to see some real cards go for Regeki Break. Dimension Fusion, not bad. Not bad. Demark hits the field. Yeah, I think the brain control play would have been better. If I look at it now. Cyberjar goes. Jaugen. We had Jaugen in the side in the original build, like in this build. But then I realized we have many special summons, and I know it's good against Chaos and everything, against RGT and everything, but not in this deck. I decided I decided to put in the second Karibo. So we almost died here. Glad to have the tribe. Let's see if we can win game 2. Doesn't really look like it. Regeki Break. So the thing is, we could... I don't think it gets through, but we could brain control the Demark. Summon tribe. Attack. Try to attack the Sangan. Yeah. Magic Jammer. Awesome. The original art looks so horrible in my opinion. This one is the real one. It looks so nice. Such a beautiful card. I think Pharaoh's Servant. Not sure right now. In the ultra rare. Beautiful. So now we can just summon tribe. Get rid of Demark and Bazoo. Or we decided to attack into Sangan. They have a Surge. Jaugen. Yeah, I think we wanted to keep the Regeki Break. Okay, we decided to use the effect. I think that's better. Anyways, Snatch. This is game. GG. So, game 3 incoming. Well, I think we did it quite good when I think about their start. So, nothing to blame myself here. So this, and we had 2 Thunder Dragons. This time just 1 Thunder Dragon, so discarding it. We sided into the control package. Very nice. And I think we just set the scapegoats. Maybe Regeki Break, maybe MST. But I don't really see the need right now. Yeah, we just set the scapegoats since they are chainable. And if you play control or like slower decks, just look what they do. We don't have... I have this aggro, earth aggro match up strategy so in me, because I played like earth aggro the first year or so of Gold format, and I wasn't that... Like, if I'm new to something, I really don't change stuff, and now I become a better player and tried out everything, and I'm happy, very happy about that. So we set the Regeki Break, maybe to get rid of the set monster. Let's see, but nothing more to do here. And I think the set monster is fine. The only thing we would like to avoid would be a Moth, but without any spells in grave. We don't really have to fear anything. So, Magical Merchant. I think pretty good for this deck. Unfortunately, they hit the pot. So, best possible outcome for the opponent. One set and Bazoo. The Soul Eater banishes the Koichi. Always attack with the bigger one first, because then I have to use scapegoats and you can get rid of one token with the small monster. The little things often make the difference. Another jammer. Unfortunate. Exiled Force. Could use Tribe, we could use Lightning Vortex, but I think that's a good MST. We decided to use BrainCon. We should have attacked first, since Bazoo is stronger. That's the little things I still have to learn. Mostly I think about it and I remember it, but would have been 300 more damage. We've been here so often with like 100 damage left for the opponent and losing with like Earth against Chaos because of 100 life points. So another Bazoo hits the field. I think I want to keep the no prio, then I would like to Raigeki break it, I think. Or we let it through. Okay, we decided to let the effect happen. Snatch. So I'm glad we kept the Raigeki break. I'd rather just have the Thunder Dragon. I was just thinking like destroying the Snatch, but destroying the Bazoo here is way better. So Snatch is already used. We get 1,000 back anyways, so not the biggest problem here. Perfect, we get 1,000 back. Draw into Pyramid Turtle, which we can crash into the Thunder Dragon to get like Cocky out or Vampire Lord. I think here Vampire Lord would be better, but I think we sided it out since we have like the pumped Bazoo and I see the reasons. There's a Cyber Jar, so let's get the action going. We had pretty good cards off the jar. They have Duo, Torrential, another Jammer, and a DD Scout Plane. And a Trunade. So they just have Scout Plane to summon. We don't have any monster. We do not complain. We have pretty good cards. Love the match already. So cool. So we already normal summoned. I think we duo first. We pot first. Alright. Rebo can be important later. Storm is still in the game. They have a Trunade. I think we definitely duo. Because maybe we get rid of the Trunade. Not bad. And the Jammer. So they are left with Duo. And Torrential we know about. The rest is unknown. So I think definitely Mirror Force. I think that's it. Another card. So maybe Pro Set Heavy. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Very glad to have the Karibo here. Duo is coming in. It's the Vortex. We still have the Tribe, so I think we can even get rid of Exiled Force. Because we have the Prima to maybe get it back to get rid of something. Sangan, not the thing I wanna Mirror Force, but what can you do? So what do they have left? Torrential we know about. I think that's all, yeah. We have to, like, I wanna Mirror Force here. Even if they get a Surge, I don't care. Jaugen. That's fine. I think they set the Torrential. We have a call. The Prima. We can Prima back the Cocky. Well, we Storm first in this situation. Especially when we know about the Torrential. I think we can afford even to summon Tribe, but we don't have any backup like, I don't know, Mirror Force or so. But definitely getting back Cocky. It's a 2-turn clock with the Tribe, so I think we summon it. And we have to call to get something back. I know Storm is still in the game, but they are at 1600 now. I think that should be fine. We have the Snatch. Even if they have Storm, shouldn't be the end of the world. And for emergency like measures, we have Karibo. Lightning Vortex. Did we know about this? I don't think so. So they're left with the Jaugen. And one unknown, I think. Metamorphosis. Yeah, I think we call back Ryukaki. Oh yeah, we call back Thunder Dragon to metamorphosis it away for Balter. Very nice. Yep. No Dekoichi effect for you. No Snatch, please. Jaugen. Damn. Monster, please. What a match. What a match. Perfect. That is game. Oh, it's not game. Funny. Still not game. But looking pretty good. We don't have, I think we don't have any bigger zombies left. But I think this is over. GG. GG. They had a little limited removal. Awesome. I like the metamorphosis siding. It mostly means more fun. I really like the play with the bolter. The only real thing, the only right decision in this situation. So this is replay number 1. It was a pretty long one, but so fun. Can't wait for the next one. So see you next duel. Welcome to replay number 2 against Astro PDX. I think we played against this person for sure before, and I remember they instantly recognized us as like Construct. So always cool to play against people who know the channel. Pretty cool. So I think I was just thinking maybe they just know me like we played before and not the channel, but I think that is pretty clear. Unfortunately, they have Pod and Duo. And that is definitely a hard decision because you can take the risk and like discard knock and assume maybe they play an aggro deck and it's dead anyways. Or you're like, okay, discard Thunder Dragon because the other cards are just too good. And I think I would discard the Thunder Dragon because these are all pluses, you know, like Spy, Breaker, and then we even have a light already in the grave and we have 2 darks in hand, so let's see. Tough to come back from this, I think. Hopefully we can have a use of the knock. That's a pity, because this would have been like an easy discard card. But can't have it all. I think, yeah, I was just thinking we could have used Breaker here, but I think let's set Spy first. Maybe they knock it. They get, so their Spies get knocked. And I don't want to like waste the Breaker. Okay, they have a knock. So all spies are gone. Good for our deck. That's kind of also like the plan with the spy. Like in the past, I really didn't like spy in aggro decks, but it makes so much sense. It is a great card. It pluses. It can do damage. It can clear spies. Like here, I'm such a huge fan. So good to have them. They have a ring, unfortunately. We have 2 knocks now, so maybe the wrong decision. We definitely don't bait a knock because they have breaker. Maybe we can have a use of the breaker with snatch. That would be huge. Now we have a use of the knock. So 2 bricks in hand, unfortunately. But we can avoid a moth, and many flips are gone already from the opponent's deck. So like to see it, but that's all we can do here. Okay, I decided now I want to bait the breaker maybe for future plays, like when we draw a real trap. And like maybe I thought all the good flips, or like the flips we like fear, are gone now. We don't really care if they have a Decoichi or Night Assailant, but this was like a sinking ship. Let's be real. So we sided Kaiku, maybe Rio Cocky, but I don't think so. Okay, so this should be Pyramid Turtle, normal summon, or maybe set. But I think they don't have informations now, till now, I think. Did we have a Pyramid Turtle last game? I don't think so. Shoutouts here to Astro. Such a terrific feeling, like when, I don't know, when you guys give me back something, and it's just just awesome. Big thank you to all of you. Like everything is running so good, and the response is so great from you, and you keep like doing comments and everything, and that didn't think it would run so good. I'm just happy. So cool. But let's get to the business again. They have Upstart and Thunder Dragon. T-set. So in the past I really liked like creature swap set mons, but I'm not that big of a fan of it now, because this could be a Sangan, this could be a Serb, and we can't attack immediately. Of course, we could like summon Pyramid Turtle, use creature swap, but I think the safer way is to rather use Breaker or another turtle. But I think Breaker is fine, and then we have the knock. Awesome, and it's a spy. Couldn't be better. We sided out our spy. So it seems like they have at least one in hand. That's unfortunate for us. Maybe they sided out one. That tells me now maybe they are on decree. Not decree. Well, maybe also decree, but I wanted to say control. Two, okay. So they sided out one. Usually you do that when you side into control, because it doesn't synergize so good with the scapegoats. It's such a weird spot when you have a spy set and scapegoats, and it's like one of them will be dead soon. So we found Thunder Dragon. Now it's perfect timing for creature swap. Awesome. Regeki break, a turtle. That's fine. We can summon the other one. Still have the Mirror Force. That's Spy. As expected. I think the Regeki break play was definitely right because you want to get rid of the recruiter, but unfortunately for them, we have another turtle, so crash into breaker. Let's see if we sided in Ryukaki, but I don't think so. So Vampire Lord is hitting the field. Of course we say trap. And of course the spy would be better if we still would have some in our deck, but they would have been gone now since we knocked their first spy. So it looks like they don't have many traps left, because if you get rid of ring, maybe they really sided into control and decrease. Could be the case. Out of greed. But got their serpent, as it seems. Well, yeah, I see the play because maybe we don't... It looks like we don't set, and they know we sided out the spy. So there shouldn't be any flip monsters left, so I think that was the right play because you avoid more damage. It's a bad feeling to knock your own spy and get minus, but should you do? So Torrential's gone 2, so this Vampire Lord actually is pretty strong. So no Dark and Grave. Lonely Snack. So Torrential's gone. We could risk it and try to... Well, we could summon Tribe, because we have the Prima anyways. And the Mirror Force. But we decided to go that route. We have a knock, so we don't really need to overextend. Because next turn we win, probably. Don't they have any traps left? Crazy. That tells us there should be a Mirror Force set. Graceful. Discarding Thunder Dragon. Yeah, I was like, now it have chaos. Now everything gets started. But still no dark. Yeah, true. 8k versus 800. And like I said, still no dark. We have the knock. Maybe. I was just thinking maybe they should have summoned the Dekoichi. We see now it's Dekoichi. But then you maybe would have had a dark engrave. You would risk it, like that we have another monster and have game. They discard Moth to get rid of the Vampire Lord. So this is not a Mirror Force? This should be a Mirror Force. Well, good thing about replays. It's a decree. Okay. So my first reading was right. So they sided out Mirror Force? Crazy. So they found Thunder Dragon. Yeah, here it was like, this is a cool match already. I don't care if I win or lose. This will be in the video. Especially when when we play against people who know the channel. It's just it's just nice. I know the feeling when I was when I played against Cup Games one day against his skill drain video. That was just terrific. Maybe I will link it here so you can have a look. pretty cool. And that was like for me like, damn, I play against Cup. Maybe I'm on the channel, and I think I watched this match like 3 times or more. I don't know. It's just funny to see yourself in a YouTube video. So, Astro, welcome to the channel again. We sided a Shura Priest because we assumed control, I think. So here, I think we had a pretty long thinking. We decided to summon Sangan, set both, okay. Well, we could book the Kaiku to run it over. But we don't care. Okay, they have breaker. We would also don't care if they attack into it because our grave is empty anyways. Yeah, we took the risk because of course we wanted them to hit the MST, but we wanted them to get rid of the counter, and that's fine too. I wonder why we didn't book the Kaiku. Ah, they could have flipped it up again, so here I think we just activate pod. Okay, we decided to activate MST first. I wonder why. Because, I don't know, if this was like Trap Dust Shoot, this would be just so bad. Or, no, we can't summon BLS here. Well, we had our reasons. I like first playing into Vampire Lord and then use Pot of Greed. I think we say Trap again. Yep. So, again, ring is gone. Now we have Book of Life. We definitely get rid of the Dark Engrave. Awesome. Have a Pyramid Turtle. Set ring. Really like that turn. Astro, I think Astro did it also. So now they have the Dark, they have BLS. We don't care so much because we have the ring. We get a Sangan Surge, pretty nice. I think we don't really need a turtle. Maybe Exiled Force. That was a good point of him. Hard to figure out from my side. Like, siding against decks like ours, like also Chaos Warrior, that's such a big advantage over your opponent because do you side out knock? Do you don't side out knock? It's pretty hard to decide against decks like these, and I think that's a good point of Astro. Because till then I didn't really see this big advantage, and that's pretty cool. So we searched Serpent. We don't really care, we have the ring anyways. I think we don't have any floaters left, except maybe Reaper, but I think we sided out Reaper because I don't like Reaper against decks with Thunder Dragons and everything. So I think... Well, we don't have any turtle targets left. So I think we just summon the Shura Priest, get over the Thunder Dragon, use Ring for BLS. So they don't have any darks left again. I think that would be the best here. Yeah. So they are pretty low already. We are too, but glad we can keep the turtle. pretty good again with the knock. They have a set card. This could be torrential. Maybe decided in Mirror Force again. We definitely summon a Shura Priest first, because if they have torrential, we have a light engrave. I think maybe we even go to defense with the turtle, because this wouldn't be game. We don't really care. Break, break. I assume the turtle. Yeah. That's fine. So, still no dark. We hit the knock against the one spy again. Crazy. Tsukiyomi. I think actually we should set the Ashura Priest, because we really need that light. Yeah, and we kind of know this is spy. Or chances are pretty high that this is spy. There's Mirror Force, so maybe they... Okay, decided it in again. So this is a huge mind control for us. They discarded Tribe and Mirror Force. Yeah, I think Tribe here is this would be too much cost. So I think they have some sort of protection because they flip up the spy. Okay, that's why. So we know about Tsukiyomi in hand. Unfortunately, our Ashura Priest is in hand again. I think here we should set Tsukiyomi, since this one will stay on the field and blocks their Tsukiyomi. And maybe a baited snatch. No. It's fine like that. They maybe assume it's Ashura Priest again. Let's see what they do. They really need a dark engrave. Yeah, that was a pretty weird game state, I remember, because like we're both pretty low. And I don't know, it felt so weird at the time. We drew into Exiled Force, so I think we will definitely use it for the new set. And nothing more to do here. I think as soon as we find Thunder Dragon, this should be kind of over. We could think about setting Serpent now. Okay. Well, next turn, if we keep one of the monsters, this could be huge. Demok. Demok. Well, summoning Demok. Get back MST. Use Metamorphosis. Gatling Dragon. Gatling away their monsters. Get BLS. I remember this. This was crazy. And by the way, before I forget, I don't know if I said it in the first replay, but like the last game, like last match, and this match were actually the first, like the very first two matches I did with this deck. So kind of, it's so crazy when you side in like Metamorphosis and have a Demok and you can play it. It's just so great. That's one of the most fun parts of Yu-Gi-Oh for me. Like, if I think about Metamorphosis, this is like the GOAT card for me, because look at this, you can do such great stuff. Here I was thinking like, what should we get back? But I think in this case, definitely MST. We don't care what this is, we just want it to go away. So getting back MST, activating MST, destroying MST, use Metamorphosis, get the Gatling. Let's see what we flip. 1 heads. 3 heads. 2 heads. So this is all on our side. So we win with this. We don't even need BLS, but we would have had it. And here he starts talking German. So I was like, oh, didn't even know that. Or maybe I knew it and I forgot it. I'm very sorry if I did. Ah, now I remember. He's from California, but he lived in Mainz. So yeah, that was crazy, crazy ending. I'm very satisfied how we played here. Usually I would say this is it for the replays, but actually we had a third short one, which was also pretty cool. This is it for the second replay. One more to come, so see you next duel. Alright, number 3 is incoming. I think I remember here. Maybe I remember wrong, but I think we had to stop in between this match. But it was so cool that I really wanted to keep it, but I'm not sure right now. Sometimes I mix stuff up. They have Pot of Greed into Graceful. Hate to see it. We have a pretty bricky hand. Well, we don't have a pretty bricky hand, we have the bricky hand. We can't do anything. But at least we have Thunder Dragon. If we draw into like Turtle, this would be pretty cool. They discarded Knock and MST. Well, Breaker, at least a monster we can summon, and it's a dark if it gets destroyed. Discarding Thunder Dragon. And I think definitely hitting with the Breaker. So, yeah, you can set one. That makes our Breaker even better. But probably Ring or Jar or anything like that. Or Decree. Glad to see that go. So we at least have a use of the Breaker. Like to see it. We decided to set a bait Book of Life because it's more than dead right now. And I think it's good to have some sort of let the opponent think we have a trap or anything, so. Gillosaurus, here we go. I think now I remember. Into Grandmark, and here was like Gillosaurus, Royal Decree, Grandmark, Angel Valentinov. Like the Stein Dragoon Mind Crush deck from Angel Valentinov, pretty cool. This was our second video that I really wanted to redo because it's so old and there's so much stuff I don't really like, and I never was so satisfied with the outcome of the video, like the matches we had and everything. With my view from today, I would do so much stuff different, and I think the deck, like, it was too early for this deck because it has so much fun potential. We could do so fun matches, and I really wanna to redo it, and maybe on Feature Friday. So let's see for the future. But really cool deck, really fun to play. It can be pretty hard to play against, but it's a combo deck, so let's see. We were able to get Thunder Dragon from Grave from the effect of Gillosaurus. We draw into Graceful, which is just huge here, because we can discard the Demok if we need to. Unfortunately, Book of Life is gone. Would be cool here too, but I think we discard definitely at least one Thunder Dragon. Maybe the other one too, or Demok. We decided to go for Vampire Lord. I think that's even better. So BLS is live. Yeah, I just wanted to say maybe the creature swap play is cool here. Get in with the Grandmark, hopefully get through. Yep. They don't have so many traps, if I remember right. Reaper effect goes off. Maybe it's a little bit dangerous against this deck to have a Reaper in attack position, but we hit the Stein. Very, very good here because Stein was still live. We set in the card destruction. We still have BLS in the back. Alright, Lily. So they go for damage, or over the Grandmark they go for damage. That is fine. So here, I think we definitely tribute for Democ. Maybe use Duo first. I think definitely use Duo first. Tribute for Democ. Get back Grace. Or maybe even Book of Life. Democ is... I think this is one of the most perfectly done artworks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything is just perfect, in perfect ratios, like the staff that goes like through the card artwork and the position and the colors, and it just looks so awesome. I remember when I first saw this in real life, I was just going crazy. So, getting back graceful. Really like to see the MST. We don't need the Mirror Force here or the Duo. So MST the back row. We did normal this turn. I think we don't have lethal, but let's think for a second. If we attack with Democ, they use the effect, or don't use the, they lose anyways. Rather if they use the effect or not, because we can attack after this with BLS. So I think the play here is summon BLS, attack with Democ. I think we, yeah, we misclicked here. Yeah, GG, that's it. Because we definitely should have attacked. So this was game one. Siding against a deck like this is sometimes pretty hard, but I think we got in the Koribos. Maybe even Scapegoats and the Metamorphosis. Can't see it right now. Sinister Serpent with Graceful Charity, pretty cool. We have so many BLS first turns. Oh, even with the Thunder Dragon. I am sorry, Mr. Jinvu99. So, Thunder Dragon, Graceful. So, Borg. Well, no Dark yet. Not the most possibilities, if you ask me. We know they get Cyberstein if we destroy the Sangan. So nothing we can do here. They have a big push. We really need to find a monster next turn because we can't activate anything. So we have to eat this damage. Cold Wave can be so good. I love the artwork. I think here it looks like a PlayStation 1 game, like really old games, like The Surface. So cool. So we draw into the Tribe, which is just insane here. This is like the best card we could have drawn. Not gonna lie. So definitely summoning Tribe. Get rid of everything. we decided to just get rid of the koala and attack over the Stein. We don't really want the Sangan to get its effect. I think that's fine. Because next turn we can activate Spell and Traps again, or now we can activate Regeki Break again. Unfortunately, they tribute for Jinzo, but with the Brain Con, this should be game next turn. Yeah, we still have enough life. They don't summon anything. This was a clean match. Sorry, Jinwoo, but this was just crazy. I love it. That's why I chose to have 3 replays in this video, because look at this. We were so lucky with the tribe and the start in general with the graceful and the serpent and everything, but glad we won. 2-0, super cool. So folks, this is it with the replays. Let's have some real matches now, so see you next duel. Zombie Chaos. This deck's pretty fun so far. I also played it a lot, like just off cam, and feels pretty cool. Didn't feel so good when I first tested the deck and like made it months ago. And then like didn't continue playing it, so now it's pretty cool and fun. Some changes can make the difference. So we are setting Spy, setting Ring, and pass the turn. Playing against Mario 1397. If this is your birth of date, you're a pretty old man. Or woman. So it looks like Turbo. No knock. We don't have to use Prio or hold Prio because it's 5 cards anyways. Should we Soul Exchange? I think we flip Spy and use Exiled Force. I think I want to keep Soul Exchange, or maybe a threat or anything. So Exiled Force. Could be Sangan, could be Serpent or whatever, but also a Spy. So let's just get in. I don't want to use MST on a so obviously chainable trap or spell. But let's set the MST. Pass the turn. I really wanted to summon both in attack. Or like summon the second one in attack. Because we have the ring anyways for any protection measures, and I really wanted to push some damage. Just shoot. That's fine. So it was a dust shoot. I wonder, maybe they forgot it. Happened to me also. I think even on the channel. I'm not sure. So they're taking Vampire Lord. What tells us this? So we can't use Soul Exchange. Well, if this is not a spy, we don't really care about anything else. So I think we just summon Turtle and attack. Night Assailant, that's fine. Alright, so still no light. And opponent already at 4400. We have an MST for any back row. I gotta say, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if this is my favorite zombie version. But I think maybe it is, because I can transform into this control variant and everything, and it's with the chaos monsters. It is pretty cool. Tribe, should we keep it? Let's see. This could be Dekoichi. If we attack with Spy... If we attack with Spy, this would be 2800. 30, 28, 38. This would be exact game with the ring. I really want to try this. Alright, awesome. I hope I did the math right. Perfect. Nice. GG. So, looks like we are playing against Turbo. Let's side Kaiku. Nothing really more. I don't want to... Well, we could get rid of Spy, but it's also pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of Reaper against Turbo. Let's side in Kaiku for Reaper. I think that's fine. Nothing more to do. I was thinking about Decree, but to be honest, I'm still not so sure what to side out for it, because if we side out like Raigeki breaks, for example, then our like discard stuff like Thunder Dragon is way more useless. I have to figure out how to do that, because usually I really like Decree against Turbo because they have many traps. Hopefully no 5. That's fine. Got the Serp. So pod and duo already used. We have a pod of our own. This should or could be Moth. Do we want to take the Serpent? We don't really need it. Because it would maybe just go to deck. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about this set monster. I think we summon Turtle. Attack. To the Koichi. Very good. So maybe they didn't want to use their Moth yet. Or they don't have it. Okay. Very weird timing. Okay, they wanted to flip monster. That's fine. So the Koichi is coming back. Yep, breaker's fine. Should we use Raigeki break here? I don't think so. I don't want to lose one of these cards and our breaker can run over the other one. So now I wished we would have taken the Serp, but you can't have it all. I really want to risk Running over the breaker. Sakuretsu, alright. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to bait set the knock. It's too important here. Really need to find a light. Same as our opponent. Spy. I think this is a good card now for us. Let's see if we activate knock. And it's spy. This would suck a little bit, but it's a Dekoichi. Alright. Still no moth for the opponent. Hopefully they sided out their knocks. Because in this situation I really want to keep the spy. So let's set our spy and pass the turn. Maybe we should have used Sangan before we used Turtle. Okay, no knock, as it seems. It's pretty okay so far. Okay, another set, another turtle. Pretty annoying without, like, almost without any traps or so. I think we set the Sangan and chill. We could have crashed the turtle. But I think first using Sangan is better. We could get well, the only target we have left is Exiled Force. Okay, they have their own spy. Do they have one left? I think... Ah, that was last game. There's a light. So I think we summon Turtle. Even if they have Torrential, that's fine for us. We can crash perfectly into the spy. I think we didn't side in cocky, so we can't get over their spy. Maybe they have another Saku. Or a Foss. Glad to see this one go. I think that's it for this turn. Let's see. Really need to find those Thunder Dragons. Call. This can be good later. Cool thing is also, like in usual Chaos Turbo decks, you don't play Call. And a friend of mine once had Call in his Chaos Turbo deck, and I was so surprised because you don't like expect it. And here we have the Call because of the zombies, and here if you're like calling back and a BLS is pretty huge. So we could think about setting the Serpent, but I don't see the need really. I gotta say, Call is... Let's set the Call. We could get back Turtle, crash into the breaker. Okay, I was thinking maybe they have a Regeki break or MST or so. Not the end of the world. If they set a monster, that's also fine. We have the Exiled Force. We really want to avoid a moth. There we go. Card Destruction. No, these are not cards I want to get rid of. Maybe they bait us because they know about the exiled force, but okay, nice. Let's set the card destruction. So all turtles are gone, but we still have our Book of Life, so we have so much stuff we can do things with. Sorry if you hear noises, my cat is going crazy. Okay, there comes Chaos. BLS. Is this a declaring effect? Okay. That's fine. That is not doing it here. But we can't use card destruction. Let's set the Serpent past the turn. We just have to survive. I know the Serpent would be important for card destruction, but in this situation... Mirror Force. So I want to set the Soul Exchange and the Mirror Force. I know this plays into Storm, but what should we do? Very unfortunate with no lights. We're almost half of our deck and no Thunder Dragon. That I would call that unfortunate, to be honest. So, if I were them, I would go to attack with all of them. We can definitely afford these attacks. Because Ring is still not lethal. Finally. So no shoot. Hopefully they don't have just shoot. Let's see. Okay. Should we use Soul Exchange? I don't think so. Mirror Force is gone. Let's summon Sorcerer. To banish the BLS. That is fine. Do we want to use BLS here? Snatch is still there. Storm is still there. I'd rather have a Storm than a Snatch, to be honest. So let's discard another Thunder Dragon. To avoid Trap Dust Shoot next turn. We still have the Mirror Force. But we should keep BLS for like the last possible moment. So they found their own Thunder Dragons. We could have sided out the card destruction. Didn't see that. So next, if we go into game 3, I really want to test, or I really want to use Royal Decree. Could be huge here. Set Mon. Okay. Tribe. It is very likely that they have Snatch or Storm. This could be Spy, Moth, Sangan. I think I want to summon Tribe. Or we could use Soul Exchange. I think we summon Tribe and attack. Serpent, alright. I don't think we knew about this, right? So Serp, Tease. I think it's always kind of a weird game state when it's like so late in the game. So there is the Snatch. Okay, that's all. That's fine for me. Wished myself like a Raigeki break or anything like that. Okay, they summon for, they tribute for Thunder Dragon, that is fine. We're pretty low now. Oh. Hello, hello. Is this... Alright, let's see. We can, we could summon BLS, set Heavy Storm, use card destruction. We would risk a Raigeki break. But I think... Is it worth it? We'll also use Soul Exchange first. Let's use Soul Exchange first. I think that's better. Yeah. I know we're pretty low, but that feels safer. Alright. They know it's Thunder Dragon. They should know. But I'm glad, like, every decision we made, like, every reading was right. Or every reading of, like, dangers. So I think after this turn, we have to do a push because we're getting too low. Snatch is gone. We will eat this attack. And summon BLS now. Do we need knock in this situation? Yeah, I wanna keep it. We have the Mirror Force. Ring is like the only real danger here. And of course another Chaos Monster, but I think Mind Control. That's an out. They should still have Sorg. Tribe. Glad we saved the Mirror Force. So they have a Sorg left in deck, at least one. MST. So I think now we want to use the card destruction. Like we have to, because we have to survive. So Sorg is gone. Maybe they have another one, but usually you don't have these. So they have left maybe a Moth. Regeki Break. Graceful. That is not working. Did they just take the Regeki Break? What are they doing? Okay, I don't care. I don't care. Do what you want to do. How many cards did they discard? Okay. So we don't need brain control here. I don't think we... Do we want to use duo? I think so. Of life. We don't care about any of these. Then maybe Serpent. I would activate duo. We don't really care if we have 400 or 1400, to be honest. Well, I think we need some luck to survive this turn. So I think they will banish. This could buy us another turn. I think we still have Snatch. Let's see. Okay. I would call that unfortunate, to be honest. Let's get in. Let's get in cocky. Let's side out card destruction and one brain control for the royal decrease. The rest should be fine. Yeah. I think we didn't see knock last game. But let's summon Turtle, set Regeki Break and the MST, and pass the turn. We can get rid of the cocky with the Regeki Break, wouldn't be that big of a deal. Alright, MST the set one. Torrential's gone, very nice. I don't think we use creature swap here. Actually, I would just attack, to be honest. Yeah, if it's spy, we can still tribute summon. Okay. We cannot tribute summon. Yeah, that's fine. Not really a cards I want to see. Let's set the Mirror Force. Maybe they summon, I don't know, Tribe. sank in of our own. Should we crash? I don't think so. Let's just end the turn. Duo is actually fine. So Borg. Wished we had... Could have keep this. But could be worse. So they target first. Pretty laggy right now. Okay. So they got the Serp. Could take Spy, Serpent. I think we have to take Serpent. I really don't want to set Decree with all these traps, so I think we just pass the turn. I want to keep Sinister in hand because of the Raigeki break. So now I want to use Creature Swap, I think. Oh, we don't want to use Creature Swap. This could be Serpent. That would be dumb. But would they set it? Would they set the Serpent? I want to risk it. Okay, so this card seems to be important. I'm not sure about the ruling, but I think Creature Swap disappears. So this could be Mauve. So I think we want to use Raigeki Break. We don't need Storm here. Yeah, perfect. We don't necessarily need Storm here because we have the Decree. I don't want to use Raigeki Break now. They destroy it, it's fine. I want to use Mirror Force here, I think, because then we can finally use our Decree. Get back the Serp. I think I don't want to use Breaker now. Well, Torrential's gone and one Raigeki Break. Let's use Breaker now. Don't care if it's a jar. Perfect. Awesome. So, set the Decree, pass the turn. So Mirrorforce is gone, Torrential is gone. They have Light Dark. We don't have any answers. Yeah. Funny way to declare effects. But I think maybe they play with the iPad, maybe? That's going faster than... I played once with the iPad and it was like, you know, very small, everything, and kind of annoying. We shouldn't have flipped Royal Decree. I really have to learn this. Let's set the ring anyways. Ah, that was dumb. Yeah, at least now we deserve to lose. Setting Spy. BLS would be cool here. Or Tribe. Well, I think we should survive one more turn. I have no light right now. Yeah. We didn't have any Trinity. So there are some chances. Let's see. Well. That is still not game. Man, this tribe would be huge. Okay. I don't think we can win this, but this tribe is crazy. Well, they still have no light. GG's. I don't know if we could have done this better. Pretty unfortunate stuff. Well, pretty long match. Pretty exhausting. But folks, this is it for Zombie Chaos. Wait, what? Did he just wanted to close the video? I don't know, man. Do I look like Cornstruck? Silly me. Didn't think of that. No problem, brother. But should we tell him? I don't know. I think he will know soon enough. You're right, man. Think it's time for the next duel. Alrighty. Winning RPS, always a good feeling. A fun opponent. So last match was pretty unfortunate part-wise. Hopefully this time it's better. So we definitely just summon Pyramid Turtle. Do nothing else. think that's fine. We have the Prima if it gets destroyed. We even have the Book of Life if they have like a monster in grave soon. Serpent, unfortunate. But we don't really need it here, so. So there's no information about Chaos. Well, all of our cards are pretty useless here, so let's just attack. Okay, they have a Serp by their own. So I think hopefully we can draw maybe a tribute monster. So we could banish the Serp from grave. Okay, damn. So this looks even more unfortunate than the other one. So they have Serp and Zug. I don't give them the information. This one was pretty unfortunate. So this looks like Turbo. We can side in the Royal Decree. Take out one Brain Control, card destruction, one Raigeki Break maybe. I don't like the Reaper. That's fine. Well, Kaki gets over Spice. And if they don't have traps, we don't really need the Vampire Lord, so I think that's fine. Okay. I don't know if they sided out Knock. But I wanna summon Kaiku, set MST, set Ring. I'm pretty glad we had like almost all of our traps now before we draw into maybe Royal Decree. So if they have Snatch, we have the MST or Ring against Breaker. Very good. Let's hit the first one. So are we getting shooted again? Okay, very nice. That makes Raigeki Break even better. Let's try to get in. Mirror Force. Okay. Pretty good stuff already gone. Let's set these both. And pass the turn. If they have Thunder Dragon now, I would chain call. We call back Kaiku now. We don't have to take the 1000 damage. Let's activate. No. I don't want to waste Raigeki Break, I think. Because like Mirror Force is gone. Maybe it's a Sakuretsu, but let's see. Let's just get in. It's a Saku, okay. I think I would even considering summoning BLS because it's pretty early and they don't have a light yet. And even if they have Snatch Steal, we have the Raigeki Break. Yeah, let's do this. So I think we didn't see so much chaos from our side, I think, in this video so far. Okay. So, with the serpent, this is a 2-turn clock. So let's summon both. We have Thunder Dragons as discard fodder anyway. So this should or could be fine. Perfect. So Regeki Break. GG. Good decisions here. A little bit of luck too, I think. We could side into control to like surprise the opponent. I think that would be funny. Let's do this. So we get rid of the spies. I think we get rid of the Zork and the Zaborg. So no need for brain control. I like the soul exchange. I think that's fine. So we reduced 1 light. That's why we sided out Zork. Like in normal control, you usually just play BLS. Okay, okay. Could be worse. So now it's Thunder Dragon waiting room, kinda. So no shoot, as it seems. Let's duo. Storm. Awesome. And Snatch. Well, I see it. Like in this game state. I think that's good. Thing is, I don't want to use Regeki Break. Should we attack? I don't want to use Regeki Break without any discard material. This shouldn't be Moth. Let's chill. I don't want to run into like battle traps, but now it is. Now the Pyro Turtle's gone anyways, so that's fine, I guess. Scapegoats. I guess we set them. And wait. That is what a control deck does. That is not good. Okie dokie. I don't know if I would attack. Let's... but I think it's worth it to get rid of the tokens. Should we set the Regeki Break? I think yes, because We stay under Dust Shoot. But I don't really want to activate it yet. Okay. Well, we can't activate it now anyways, but this makes our Snatch pretty good. There go the goats. Kaiku. That is a dark. But we don't have to fear any traps. I think we definitely go all in. Well, Snatch is pretty good here. With the Kaiku we can avoid chaos. This is pretty good. Yeah, let's attack into the spy. And Kaiku into the other. We can get rid of the light and the night assailant, which is awesome here. And I think this is pretty good. Well, when they have a breaker or MST, this is over. But beside that, Storm is gone. Not so many possibilities. Tsukiyomi, you say? Well, if this is Night Assailant, they get rid of the Jinzo, I think. Should we summon Tsukiyomi first? I think so. There's not really a punish here. Because Torrential, they can't activate Torrential. And when we flip the Jinzo, they can't also. I don't want to risk it. Let's attack with Jinzo first. Maybe if this is a spy. It's a Tsuk. So I don't want to be greedy. So let's end the turn here. Because Wangu is fine. Let's activate Regeki Break. Get rid of... Let's get rid of BLS. So we have a use of the Regeki Break. Keep the Jinzo. Pretty good. Well, if they... Like, if this card is Regeki Break, it's useless now. It's Ring. That is fine. Okay, let's see. Let's activate Pod. Before we flip the Jinzo, I don't know what we draw. Okay. So let's flip Jinzo. Maybe they have scapegoats. Let's see. This could be worse, man. Discard Thunder Dragon. What a nice match. And end the turn. I don't see anything that can rescue them beside scapegoats. Really wonder what the set is, but I think maybe Sakuretsu armor, something like this. People keep siding Wangu against zombies, and I see why, definitely. And here in our deck, it's even not that bad because we have the Tsuk and everything. But usually, you don't care so much about Wangu because You don't float into other Pyramid Turtles. Okay, you can float into like Spirit Reaper, but usually you just get big guys from the turtle, and if it's already on field, it's not wrong, but mostly it's not that like good against zombies instead of like other floaters like Giant Rat or so. But this was pretty cool. Really liked it. I really liked the Tsukiyomi and the control stuff, but we were pretty lucky with the snatch. Let's be real. I think there is way more potential for the deck. It has a fun deck flavor to it with the DMOG, and maybe there are better choices here, but I think it is pretty fun. Please, if you have any suggestions or stuff that could make this deck better, please let me know in the comments. I really like Chaos Zombies. Fun to play, and I hope also fun to watch. I think now this is the perfect moment to round the video up. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. I wish you all a good day. Construct is signing out. See you next video.